All right, Bharti. Yeah, tell me what is bothering you in your preparation. Yeah, tell me.
सर एक तो मुझे एथिक्स से रिलेटेड पूछना था।
Hmm.
एथिक्स की तैयारी से रिलेटेड ना,
Hmm.
क्योंकि बाकी सब्जेक्ट्स हैं उसका मैंने कुछ तो थोड़ा थोड़ा मतलब पढ़ा हुआ है, नोट्स भी मेरे
Hmm.
तैयार हैं लगभग,
Hmm.
मेंस के भी एक्चुअली। तो
Hmm.
एथिक्स का मेरा बिल्कुल ग्राउंड लेवल से शुरू करना है, तो एथिक्स को
Hmm.
कैसे देखना है।
Hmm.
और इस बार मैंने अपना ऑप्शनल भी चेंज किया है, पहले मेरा ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल था,
कितने टाइम के
पर
लिए?
इस बार एक ही टाइम के लिए।
मतलब एक साल? You prepared it
हाँ
for 1 year, huh? We
हाँ
need
हाँ।
to conduct this session in English, Bharti, so that people who watch it later are
Oh,
able to
sorry, sorry,
understand.
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
sorry, sorry.
yeah. Okay.
So I changed my optional this time.
Hmm. Hmm.
So actually,
Hmm.
I did my master's in physics.
Hmm.
So I changed my optional from geography to physics this time.
Okay.
So
So the first doubt I understand is firstly what to do in ethics, how to prepare ethics, right?
yes,
For
yes,
mains 2023. And the second doubt is
optional.
what?
Optional, so it's okay. I manage, but वो थोड़ा time manage करना पड़ेगा, but it's okay. Mainly about ethics.
Mainly about ethics. Okay. So, देखो, the thing is, Bharti, ethics just like answer writing is a long term thing. Ideally, you should not glut ethics after prelims. Like the biggest mistake is to try to mug concepts up, try to rote learning very quickly, get some notes, get some material and just mug them up and try to reproduce it in the exam. The problem with this approach is that your real personality is not going to reflect in the paper. It is just some hurriedly prepared work that you have done. So for sure, you will not be able to express yourself well, because more than expressing yourself, your focus will be on remembering the content, है ना? तो उसका presentation will suffer, appropriateness will suffer, questions will always be new. In fact, even if the same question is asked, still every student is going to write a different answer. If a question like, what do you understand by the term happiness? Okay, if this is the question, in 10 marks you have to write it. Every student is going to write a different answer to this question. But the students who have prepared it in a hurry, those, what will be those kind of answers? They will be very mechanical. Firstly, they will all be giving the same examples because they will all pick the most popular material for ethics, right?
Yes.
So everybody will have the same examples, everybody will have the same terms, everybody will have the same thinkers, same quotations, similar, right? It will be similar. No two persons can have the exact same understanding of the term happiness. It's not possible, right? It will mean something to you, it will mean something to me. Our shades of understanding can be different, and this is an evolving thing. What you understand as happiness today, the meaning will change tomorrow. When you have one more experience of life under your belt, you will have a different outlook towards life, a different understanding of this term, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is why, especially for ethics and especially for answer writing, you should have a long term plan. Okay, long term plan will mean you give some amount of time daily or regularly at least, but that discipline is needed. Okay, if you say that I'll give 30 minutes every day, let it be 30 minutes every day. If you say I'll give maybe 1 hour every second day or 1 hour every third day, that depends on your needs, whatever your other courses you are doing, how much time you have available on a regular basis. If not daily, do it regularly, but it has to be disciplined. Do not give too much of time in one day and then take a long break. Okay, ideally it should be something like you're reading something. It's like hum log, when we were in school, we used to go every day in the morning for prayer, right? 30 minutes meeting, prayer would be there, and then some news, etc., some things are discussed every day. So small amounts of time every day, when it is given on a long term basis, that is the most ideal, that is the best way to prepare, because it will allow you to read less in that 30 minutes, and then you can think about it. You need to think about it. Okay, you need to arrive at your own versions of concepts which you are reading in the books. How much do you agree with the authors of those books or those thinkers? You connect it with the real life examples, right? It is not a syllabus, it is not like geography, it is not like physics, it is not like any other subject like polity, which has got a well defined
Yes, sir.
syllabus, things,
Mhm.
challenges, issues, etc. It is not nothing like that. It is human affairs, right? Human thinking, how we feel, how humans think, how humans
Sir,
feel.
there are so many terms in the ethics syllabus I
Hmm.
heard or see for the first time in my life.
Yes, yes, yes. Those are not going to trouble you. You make it a objective, okay, in one day, or you give like 2 days or 3 days to one term. Okay, if you're doing it 30 minutes every day, just pick up one term, attitude. Okay, just see what is the different meanings of attitudes given by different people. Okay, then you first read those meanings. Maybe you think about it yourself, what do you understand by the term attitude, and then you read the meanings given by those people, the examples given by those people. Do not go too exotic. Don't read xyz philosophers. Be simple. Maybe like Swami Vivekanand, okay, or
Mhm.
Gandhi, or Bhagat Singh, or Socrates. Okay, popular people, simple people, the thinkers which are mentioned in your books, Machiavelli, Chanakya, है ना? The closer you keep to these popular people, it will be easier to understand. If you are finding it, some concept difficult, some terminology difficult, you'll find content also on YouTube. You'll find what Machiavelli has said about something. You will probably find a lecture also on that. But if you go for some exotic or some lesser known person, some specialist in that field, uska explanation nahi milega, then you'll have to read that person's book, okay, to understand what he meant. So make it general. The thing is, do not complicate it. Keep it as simple as possible.
Sir, there is no need to take any classroom coaching or any coaching for this.
देखो, what I personally feel, for ethics, you don't need classroom coaching.
Mhm.
But if you feel that you want a more organized presentation of information, you feel better, you feel safe when you take those classes, because in 20 days or in 30 days, whatever, those classes are going to so-called finish your syllabus. That is just they are going to acquaint you to the syllabus, okay, introduce you to the syllabus, introduce you to the term. But you will, for sure, this is my guarantee, okay, I've been teaching students, mentoring students for 4 5 years now. You will not be able to reproduce it the way you really wish to, just by taking classes. Classes are for your satisfaction, that okay, I'm now introduced to the syllabus, I know what terms, some very common and important examples would be known to you, but those are the things which will be given in the material, and every student is going to know those things. Where will you as an officer shine? Your paper is a reflection of your appropriateness for a job in civil services. So if I am a checker, who will I want to be my officer tomorrow? I will want a person who can connect theory with the grassroots, with the ground reality, the practicality, right? So examples, always you should take the popular examples which are highlighted in your newspapers. You connect those with the theory, with the thinkers,
Yes,
with the
sir.
terms, है ना? और jargonish नहीं होना है, सिर्फ उतना jargonish, only that much you need to know which is mentioned in your syllabus. Beyond that, keep it as simple as possible, but link everything to the ground reality. Whatever you see, any case study, anything, link whatever is mentioned as a technical term in your syllabus to those cases, right? So it will
Okay,
act,
sir.
you can then give examples also whenever you are talking about these things.
Okay, sir. So daily one term is sufficient, like 30-minute research for one term and some examples
Case
is
studies,
sufficient right now.
yes. uh,
Right now.
that is something which you have to decide. It depends on a lot of other factors also. Where are you in preparation of other subjects. If you are comfortable, fairly comfortable in other subjects, then you may give 30 minutes. If you are, even more comfortable, maybe you can give 1 hour also. It really depends, because what deciding factor will be how lacking do you feel in ethics, and how much is the other subjects, the syllabus, allowing you daily time for. More important is consistency. It doesn't matter how much time you give on a daily basis. Give just 15 minutes also, no problem. Okay, but ensure that you are giving those 15 minutes every single day for a long time. Then that is going to mature, it is going to evolve in your mind, and you will be able to reproduce.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Anything else?
Sir, one last question is, can I skip editorial portion of newspaper?
Anything that you find too taxing. Okay, simple funda kya hai? You need to keep things manageable. You need to keep things manageable. So if there is, ऐसा तो होगा नहीं कि सभी topics के editorial you find equally difficult. Or even if that is the case, if you feel that editorial is something whose language you are not able to understand, so this is not a given rule that if you are reading editorials, then only you are qualifying the paper. It is not like that. But the benefit, why people say, why this traditional wisdom that you should read the newspapers and you should read editorials specifically, because of the impact it has got on your writing, and on basically on the command you have got over expression, over your communication. So when you're reading editorials, you will come across terms specific to that topic. Those kind of terms you will not find in your monthly magazines. The object of monthly magazine is to just give you the main point regarding that topic. It is not going to give you fancy terms, appropriate terms, or keywords about that topic, right? It will give you data. It will give you probably even examples also. Monthly magazines do not have that kind of space, room to give you examples also about some issue. If one issue is in news for 2-3 days, 4 days, multiple examples will be mentioned in the editorials. There will be editorials, from both sides, to also and fro, against also, for also and against also. So, and both sides will quote their own examples, their own data, their own reasoning. So the monthly magazine is going to compile all the points of these people, but they are of course not going to be able to give you the case studies, the small things which the editorials will be able to talk about. Okay. Right? So, but having that said, you should not pressurize yourself excessively into reading the newspaper. The first objective is to have some content on every topic. Okay, you should be able to write an answer. Pen चलना चाहिए ना, पेन चलाने की काबिलियत पहले लेके आओ. If there is any topic, I give you any term, I give you anti-defection. Okay, tell me the challenges of anti-defection. Examples, case studies, वो सब तो बाद में आता है यार. You first need to know what is anti-defection, what are the main provisions, what are the challenges, what are the way forward, etc., etc. 4-5 things. So what I always say, the minimum that you need to answer any question on any topic is, you first decide, whenever any topic is in news, you first decide what are the things that you want to know about that topic. Okay, if it is anti-defection, so before reading any editorial, any material, first you decide, okay, about anti-defection, I want to know what is the meaning of this term, what is the constitution saying about it, what are the important laws about it, what are the important judgments about it, right? Why is this issue in news, what are the challenges, what are the efforts to deal with those challenges, probably how is the world dealing with defection, what are the international best practices, and way forward for India. 5-6 headings, subtopics you have identified. Now that editorial may be about one challenge of anti-defection, right? It will not be about the entire topic of anti-defection, maybe just one aspect of anti-defection. So you don't need to read the whole editorial to get these points. You have just highlighted, okay, these are the subtopics which I want in anti-defection. Your object, immediate object, is to get 4 to 5 points. 4 to 5 points under
For
every
each
subhead.
for
Under
each
every
area.
yes. You can simply refer this vision का means 365. पिछले साल का रेफर कर लो, उसमें मिल जाएगा आपको, right? and from the editorial you make it a you try to get more recent examples and case studies. ठीक है, revision से आपको case study नहीं मिलेगा, so you try to get those case studies examples from the editorials, front page of newspapers, and यही जुगाड़ है यार, और नहीं possible हो पाएगा ना. You have to read also, study also, and then these are cutting edge things, you know. 100% कौन एडिटोरियल को देगा जिसने ऑलरेडी 2 साल 2 बार अटेम्प्ट दे दिया, 3 बार अटेम्प्ट दे दिया. द बेसिक्स आर डन. दैट पर्सन डज नॉट नीड टू स्टडी द बुक्स. एनीवन हु नीड्स टू स्टडी द बुक्स डज नॉट हैव द टाइम टू read the newspaper and also assimilate it in the preparation. तो थोड़ा shortcut मानना पड़ेगा.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, Bharti. Anyone else? Whoever can turn their cameras, Bharti, I would request you to, if you can continue the camera to be on, and other guys also, whoever can turn their cameras on, please put it on, and we can have a good interactive discussion. Otherwise I'll be only staring at your name on my screen. Yeah, who wants to ask? Somebody was asking. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Hi Kajal, how are you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, should I make note from editorial or I skip it?
अभी जैसे हमने भारती के साथ बात किया, you don't need initially, if you are in the initial stages of the exam, maybe you are giving your first attempt next year or second attempt next year, till the time your basic books are not covered, I would not suggest you go into the editorials or even the newspapers. Okay, we are already covering, if you have joined, you have already joined this in 2023 course, we are already covering current affairs from prelims angle pretty exhaustively. That itself, if you go through multiple times, and I tell you what more you need to do, the things which are not given in your books. So we are already covering current affairs from prelims angle pretty exhaustively. You focus on, just as I told Bharti, decide what all things you want to know about every topic, get 4 to 5 points on that topic from mains angle, get the relevant data, relevant example, case studies. That's it. First object is this. Okay, and the moment you finish this, you'll get a sense of closure also. Na? You'll know, okay, now defection, anti-defection topic is done. Okay, electoral reforms topic is done. Election bonds topic is done. So you'll get this sense of confidence, and these are the small victories which are going to add up, and they are going to propel you into writing answers. Otherwise, you will always perpetually be feeling that this topic is left, that topic is left, 10 editorials, 20 editorials, वो कभी खत्म नहीं होता है. You get my point? Firstly, just identify the subtopics you want, 5 points, just strictly, and easiest 5 points which you understand, which you will be able to remember and recall in exam, okay, which are close to your heart. You don't need to remember everything. Out of the 10 points given, just pick the easiest 5 points you feel, the closest to your heart. Bas, that's it. Dil se preparation karna hai. Dil se tayari karoge, you will be able to better express yourself, better remember things, quote examples, you'll be able to play with it, right? It has to become an art. It should not be a science. It has to come as an art.
Sir, I make notes every day actually. Practical portion, but I skipped editorial part, but there is like 10 or 11 topics I cover every day.
नहीं चाहिए. हाँ, मैं
from this.
एडिटोरियल्स को तुमको छूने की जरूरत ही नहीं. Just go for identifying what you want to know in a particular topic. Don't be led by the content. Content is never ending. If you are led by the content, you will always be anxious and always feel that something is remaining. You be led by your own heart. Now, what do you want to understand as an educated young Indian? What do you want to know about any particular issue? You write those points, and then for each point get 5 points, 5 sub points. That's it. That's it. Okay, get names of reports, get data, get case studies, just evidence to support the points that you have. So the thing is, if you want to explain that topic to anyone, right, if you want to explain it to a kid, a 10th class kid, you should be able to do that with these. That's it.
So just you gave an example like anti-defection law. So means came to in newspaper. I just made all the this topic particular like
Kajal, aapka signal, I think your signal is weak, Kajal. I'm losing you.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Some problem, I think.
Are you, Kajal, are you telling?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
So I'm saying like just you gave an example like anti-defection law. I made the notes about this because it came in the Hindu before some days. So this is the thing, but also said like in editorial part there is a lot of things about this anti-defection law. These are really very means it's very tough especially because there was a lot of people saying different things. It was really tough for everybody who this exam. So actually, you are saying true. I am saying all these things. Like you just put some important notes. Like you make some important notes about particular topic, like the defection law.
Okay, so what you're saying is you agree with what I have said to
Yes,
Bharti.
sir.
You agree with?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Kajal. Any doubt? Any doubt, guys?
Excuse me, sir. Can I go?
Yeah, Anush, please.
So actually, I had this problem. Since you are telling that it is not very mandatory for reading newspapers, I just this time wrote mains. It was my third attempt. I had a strategy for all the first GS3 papers, and I could easily complete each one of those papers with almost 5 minutes to spare.
Oh, great.
And yeah, I was pretty much satisfied with my performance as well. But unfortunately, I did not have a proper strategy. I had the same strategy for all the 3 GS papers. I used to write the first 3 10 markers and then complete the 15 markers and then come back to 10 markers again.
Okay.
It worked out very well for me, and I was able to complete all the papers very well.
Great.
However, I did not have a proper strategy for ethics. Although I had written about 5 test papers on ethics in my test series, and I was able to complete each one of them, but I was not satisfied with my strategy for it. I always had a doubt कि शायद नहीं चल पाएगा exam hall में, पता नहीं. And this time, since the pattern got changed and the case studies were very lengthy, and even the question theory part was also the questions were long and a tad bit difficult to comprehend. I wasn't able to complete my ethics paper, and I had to leave 3 10 markers questions straight.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, I had to leave it. And also with the case studies, I was not very satisfied with it. Given the long nature of case studies, I probably was not able to comprehend it very quickly or so. After analysis of after thinking कि क्या गलती हो गई होगी preparation में, I was only able to come to this one simple conclusion कि had those case studies not been as long as they were, probably had they been shorter as they are given in the test series, probably things would have gone in my way. And the only solution that I could find the only solution that I was able to find was that I did not read the newspapers earlier. I have never read the newspapers comprehensively, and I have always stuck to current affair magazines and all, and made my notes out of them. So given that you are telling now ki you should not read, it is not necessary for you for a person to read newspapers. I find it very probably it will backfire later, because when you read an editorial or any article, you read the entire article in one go. Although at times you do not understand it, at times your focus wanders somewhere else. But I believe it will eventually develop, and then it will be fruitful. I right now think that had I been in that exercise of reading long articles at one go, then probably I would have comprehended the case studies better. Because I remember in the exam hall, I have read almost 2 to 3 case studies twice or thrice.
Okay.
I wasn't वो time management का थोड़ा सा दिक्कत हो गया. That is why I wasn't able to manage it properly. Hence my theory part got compromised as well. So if any aspirant is there who is maybe starting the journey or anything, I would say that although if you are wanting to skip editorials for now, okay, fine. But at certain point you have to catch hold of it, because it enables your reading ability. It enhances your reading ability, and it will help you in the later periods. That's what I'm saying. Absolutely.
So I agree with what you are saying. Since when? How long have you been preparing?
It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years now.
It's been 2 years, na? So देखो मेरा वही तो point था. What I said to Bharti, I don't know when you joined this conversation. What I said to Bharti is, if you are in the initial phases of your preparation, if still you need to go through your basic books, if still some coaching classes are left, reading the newspaper is like the cutting edge of preparation, right? You first need to know the basics. You first need to know what is there in your books. You first need to know, understand the concepts. Only then you will be able to assimilate what is happening in society. So unless you are aware of what is there in your syllabus, the basics, reading the newspaper is going to add a lot of pressure. Even just one, and this is why students take 3 hours, 4 hours just to read one newspaper, and then they do not have time for their classes. They cannot revise, that they get under pressure, and that performance anxiety happens, and ultimately it results in suboptimal performance in the exam. Will you agree with this statement?
So that's completely fine. I'm not saying it's what you're telling is wrong. That's completely fine. I'm just saying that I'm not saying that any student to give 3 hours, 4 hours to reading a newspaper. Make your notes out of current affairs magazine, because it is much more feasible. Rather, I'm just saying that make sure you read at least one article one day, just so that you have the habit of reading an article and able to comprehend it fairly. I'm not saying read the complete newspaper every day. If you're not able to, I won't force anyone to do it. I'm just saying to have a reading habit.
Yes, that then it becomes a subjective choice. It becomes what comfort level is the student in, what is the syllabus completion level, how much time the student has got. So what you are saying is, reading the newspaper every day, one article, is more from reading comprehension and the habit point of view, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. What I feel personally is, it is more important first to cover ground. If you cover ground, if you are aware of the syllabus, the territory that you want to fight in, then knowing the depths of that terrain, knowing the specifics of that terrain, which is reading the newspaper, it comes as a second step. This is, of course, this is what I'm telling is my subjective opinion. What you are telling is your subjective opinion. Because we feel more confident when we cover the syllabus. We feel more confident. Don't you now feel confident in GS 1, 2, and 3?
Of course I do.
You do feel confident.
Even if a question comes which I have no idea about, I can easily calculate.
You can write, right? You can write.
Yeah.
So how did that happen? How did that happen? Because you were focused on GS 1, 2, and 3. You knew that you want specific points on specific topics, and you went topic wise, right? You did not keep it open. Yes, you did not keep it open-ended. Reading the newspaper becomes open-ended unless you have that kind of, it is like firing a weapon. When before you pick up a weapon, before you use it, you want to make yourself capable of even touching that weapon. If you are not capable, if you're not physically fit to touch that weapon, if you start using it, you're going to hurt yourself. This is what I'm saying. So the point is, you do first what is controllable. You do first what is practical. So you get hold of the terrain. You just understand everything. Get some topics under your belt. You write some answers. Just start writing. Then as time progresses, as you feel, okay, now I can, once you do a topic, for example, electoral reforms. If you have done all the points from electoral reforms, next time when an editorial comes on electoral reforms, you will be more inclined towards reading that editorial. Then that reading of editorial is going to deliver more results. And topics keep on repeating. So what I feel is, it is more important to get quantity rather than quality in the initial phases. You have to be quick enough to cover more topics first, and then quality. Newspaper reading is like enhancing the quality. Quality, I feel, comes later. First should be quantity. Be at least, fighting fit enough to take the exam, to face the exam. You should not feel that when you get the question paper tomorrow, out of 20 questions, you understand only 2 questions, 3 questions, 4 questions very well. You can understand, you can write those 4 questions very well, perfectly. But the remaining 15 questions are giving you fear. So I feel it is better to do average in 15 questions and not do 5 questions as well, compared to doing 5 questions very well, but then getting stressed about 15 questions.
Yes, I accept that part as well. There is another question of mine. Can I go?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, it's a different, it's completely unrelated. So currently, in my ethics, a friend of mine earlier had suggested me that you should know how to write a 10-marker question in 7 minutes and 15-marker question in 11 minutes, ideally. But you should also know how to write a 10-marker question in 4 minutes and a 15-marker question in 6 minutes. Just so that if the
Under
time comes,
pressure.
you can perform, at least you can write an average answer.
Right.
But since I had never faced the time constraint issue, and I was able to complete my even the test papers in about 3 hours 10 minutes or so, I backed myself and I told okay, I can write it in 3 hours in the exam hall, and I was able to. But since I wasn't able to to do it in the ethics paper, now I'm trying to inculcate that ability to write those answers within a span, within a very even more constrained timing. But honestly, I'm unable to. It feels as if I remain unsatisfied. The problem with me is, as long as I do not feel satisfied with the answer that I have written, I'm no matter how much time has passed, I cannot move on to the next question. That is a problem with me. So and I'm unable to do that thing, to write that 10-marker question in 4 minutes or 15-marker question in 6 minutes. So is there anything that that you can suggest, or anything how to get about it in such questions also?
See, this is the difference between GS 1, 2, and 3 and ethics paper. Ethics paper.
I just one more thing.
Yeah.
This happened in this problem actually I faced in ethics paper only. I was about there was another half an hour left or so, and I had to solve about 6 or 7 questions. And I knew that if I have to complete the paper, I have to write it in 5 minutes. In each question, I have to write in 5 minutes. Even after knowing it, I wasn't able to, because I have this thing that I cannot just move on to the next question unless I feel I have written this question properly.
I got your
after
point.
the exam, I called that friend of mine who has suggested me the same, and he told he also fell into the same problem, that he had to answer 7 questions in the last 30 minutes, and he was able to do it because he just knew how to write those questions in an average manner and a short period of time.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
if you can suggest me how can I inculcate that ability.
From this case study, let us take your experience as a case study. Why you were able to do GS 1, 2, and 3 well in time and not GS 4 paper, one of the biggest reasons is that the GS 1, 2, and 3 papers have got this defined kind of content, right?
True.
Whatever is the question, you know that, okay, this is the question, so only these are the things that can be in the answer, and you are, if you have prepared well, you know that yaar theek hai, isme ye likhna, ye example, ye data, and you're done, right? Sochna nahi hai. The point is sochna nahi hai na? You prepared yourself so well that whatever be the question coming on any topic, you were able to get hold of enough content to write a 150 or a 250 word answer. Right?
Yes, I was able to.
Yes. Now come to ethics. What is the nature of ethics? And this is what I told Bharti. Ethics is a long-term thing. It is the way you present yourself. It is your personality. It is your mind you are putting on the paper. And questions are new. Questions are different. Situations are different. So how you are going to respond to, any case study, for example, that you have to write. So you will start feeling, okay, is this the best way? Is that the best way? Do you feel that you want to write the best answer that you possibly can?
I don't feel, that I possibly can. Yes, I do not need my answer to be the best amongst all.
I'm just telling about you that you possibly can.
I feel unless I have exhausted all the ideas that I have, I cannot move forward.
You cannot move forward. This is the main problem. You are applying for an exam for a career wherein you will have to take decisions with a fraction of information which you would want to have for taking that decision. Yes or no?
True. Yes.
If tomorrow you will want to take decision in emergency situations, you will feel that no, I want to take the best decision. I'm going to do my best. यार देखो sincere लोगों का यही होता है ना. I'm not talking is just with you. It is with every person who is sincere, who wants to do his job well, who has got this दिल में कि यार मैं अपना शांति से सोना चाहता हूँ रात को. मुझे नहीं लगना चाहिए कि मैं I could have done better, but I did not do that. Right? That is what we all want to do. We all want to feel.
Yeah.
But you look at the nature of the career. tomorrow you'll have to take decisions, yeah, especially if you are in the police service. Tomorrow you'll have to take decisions in the nick of time, yeah. जीने मरने का सवाल हो जाएगा, life and death situations. And then if this mindset, if you continue with it, if you keep on feeding this mindset that I'm going to do the very best that I can, do you feel you'll be able to, you know, move forward in those emergency situations? Do you think so?
I know I won't be able to. That is why I'm trying to inculcate
Yeah,
this
so
ability to write.
this is what you need to work on this year. The best
I
part
know I
about
need
your,
to work on that.
yes, the best part about your candidature is you are done with GS 1, 2 and 3. Those are under your control. So just reading, and this is why you can now focus on newspaper. You can assimilate what is given in those topics of GS 1, 2 and 3 in the newspaper and keep enhancing what you already have. So that part is taken care of. But for the ethics part, you need to, you know, the first change that you need is this acceptance that you can never do what, you know, the best you can. There is no definition of best, even your best, because we are always learning, we are always improving. The more information we have, the more inputs we have, the more experience we have, our you know, in hindsight we will think that nahi yaar ye to और अच्छे से हो सकता था, this was the way it could have been done. We will always keep on feeling that. And you know, if you feel that you want, if there is a case study question, if there is some question, if you just keep on going through all the content that you know about that question to figure out what is best suited for that question, it will eat up a lot of time, and this is why the time pressure is there. You just need to get going, and that will come only with practice. So there's a spiritual change that is required here more than an intellectual adjustment. So at the mind level, at the spirit level, you need to accept that things will never be under control. Things will always change. Things are dynamic. That is the nature of life. You need to make decisions, and you have to, there will always be something you will feel, yaar isko acha kar sakte the, isko waise kar sakte the, but that doesn't matter, because what matters is what situation are you in that particular moment, what are the constraints you are facing, and whatever at that nick of time you feel you can do, you have done it, that's it yaar, wahi kar sakte hain bas. So you need, I would suggest that, you know, whenever you are now practicing ethics, whenever you are reading about ethics, you read about people who have faced challenges, you now go into the depths of ethics, you read books, you read, you know, people who have achieved a lot of things in life, people who have faced a lot of struggles in life. Just this one short 10-minute discussion is not going to, you know, revolutionize your mindset, is not going to change your mindset. Okay, ye banda jo bol raha hai, theek bol raha hai. I may not be saying correctly as per you, but what I'm saying is what I have felt in life so far. I'm 35 years old now. Whatever I feel today, if you asked me 1 year back, if you asked me yesterday also, probably my answer would not be the same, but today it is what I'm telling you. Tomorrow it might be then something else. So what I would suggest you is you go through experiences of others people. You read Mahatma Gandhi, you read Nelson Mandela, you read all these Bhagat Singh, all these people. It is going to help you in ethics paper also directly. You read Bhagat Singh, you read the thinkers which are mentioned in your syllabus, the people who you quote in exam, you read their books, their biographies. You are going to get this understanding. Things will not be in your control. This is the lesson that you need to learn. And when you practice, you jitna hua utna hua yaar, uske baad the improvement that you want, you go for marginal improvement, you go for incremental improvements, rather than, you know, feeling that this is the best I could write. In that time frame, what you can write, that is the best, that's it. It is not that in that time frame something else was the best and you wrote something else. Whatever you wrote in that time frame, stick to the time frame. Do not breach the time frame. This is how discipline is going to come. Stick to that time frame. Okay, 7 minutes, I have to write this answer. Within 7 minutes, whatever I can write, that is my answer. That's it. That is my best. Then you see the model answer, you get it evaluated. Okay, these are the things, these are the examples that could have improved this particular question. Next time.
Yes, that process I know. That process I know. It's just that I'm not unable to write it in that 4 minute, 5 minutes constraint. That's it.
I'm telling you, that's a spiritual change that is required. That's just, that is why I'm telling you, it is not the books that is going to help you here, the syllabus books. It is life, it is experience of other people, how people have struggled, how people have adjusted, how people have in limited time whatever they could do. Read stories of people who have struggled, who have gone ahead in life. See what they are telling. That is going to change your answer. Change your approach in ethics, and it is really needed. Without this, when you join service tomorrow, you are going to face issues, you're going to face problems. Taking decision will become really difficult for you.
Fine, sir. Thank you.
Have I made any given any direction to you in this regard?
You have given me additional direction of reading these biographies and autobiographies.
Yes.
I'll try to read a couple of books, and actually I have started reading. But as far as the other issue of writing is concerned, in a constrained time period, that I will still be working on.
If you want a more immediate solution, that is what I told you. You have to fix the time frame. In 7 minutes, you have to write it. That's it. You have to write it. If you keep allowing yourself the liberty,
writing in 7 minutes is not a problem for me. It's writing in even less than that. That is what I'm trying to
take it 5 minutes. Take it 4 minutes. Whatever is the time frame you want to write in. What I'm telling you is, you first need to accept that this is the time limit that I have. उसके बाद मेरे पास नहीं है इस आंसर के लिए. And in that time frame, and yes, another issue why your ethics paper got compromised is this feeling you carried in your heart that यार ethics में ना मैंने इतना अच्छा तैयारी नहीं किया. हैप्पी गो लकी वाला एक एटीट्यूड वाला जो कहानी सुना होगा ना तुमने.
या आपने सुनाया था.
मैंने ही सुनाया था क्या?
I was a part of previous year elimination technique group as well.
Okay, great. I remember that. So वो happy go lucky वाला attitude you carried in GS 1, 2 and 3. You were this confident कि यार ठीक है देख लेंगे यार लपेट देंगे कुछ भी आएगा तो. But ethics में तुम्हारे मन में already डर था यार. You went with that negative energy of fear in your mind, and paper में जो आया सो आया. But उसका जो एक interpretation हुआ ना, वो that negative energy it compounded that. और वो डर तुम्हारे अंदर होने की वजह से और ज्यादा तुम्हारा पेन अटकने लग गया वहां पे. तो डर को तो यार देखो, the only way you can counter any kind of fear is to face it. So 4 minutes में लिखना है तो लिखना है, उसमें जितना लिखा ठीक है. And you involve other people, you send your answers to get them professionally evaluated. जब वहां से तुमको रिस्पॉन्स मिलेगा, what are the improvements, and marginal improvements पे जाओ, incremental improvements पे जाओ. Do not write a whole paper in 3 hours and send for evaluation. Just one answer. Small victories are needed and small challenges are needed.
I try to write the whole paper because I feel कि वो दिमाग स्ट्रेस में नहीं रहेगा तो फिर मतलब how will I be able to test whether or not I am performing at the most stress level or not. अच्छे हालात में तो लिख ही लूंगा.
तो तुम मेरे को लिख के दिखाओ ना फिर 4 मिनट में एक आंसर. मैं वही तो कह रहा हूँ, एक आंसर 4 मिनट में लिख के दिखाओ.
That I'm unable to.
तो फिर क्या, फिर वही वाली बात है ना. देखो यार, you are trying to run a 40 kilometer speed march with full battle load, और तुमने 1600 मीटर की दौड़ भी नहीं ट्रेन किया हुआ है खुद को. What I'm telling you is, one thing at a time. Start with one question. What is your objective? You want to be able to write in 4 minutes 10 marker question in a 3-hour exam, right? That is your objective.
Yeah. Just to ensure that ki worst case mein I am not panicking.
Agreed, right? So the first thing you need to do is to accept that you will not be performing as well in 4 minutes as you would perform in 7 minutes. Yeah. That is point number 1. Yes, do not have that, at the back of your mind that expectation कि यार मैं तो 4 मिनट में भी ना ऐसा लिखना चाहिए कि बस किसी ने देखा ही ना हो. वो नहीं. ठीक है. First, have real expectations. Have genuine, reasonable expectations from yourself. That is number 1. Number 2, start small. Start with one answer. यार खुद को इतना pressure तब लेके आओ जब when you are capable of taking that pressure. Start with just one question, and उससे क्या होगा, small challenges से क्या होगा, you will be able to take that challenge frequently. Frequency of victory is what matters rather than its size. I always maintain that. I think I would have said in the elimination course also last year. Frequency of victory is important, rather than at size. तो पहले छोटा शुरू करो. एक क्वेश्चन 4 मिनट में लिखो यार. 4 मिनट में तो तुम रोज भी लिख सकते हो फिर तो, right? It is not going to, and to write that question in 4 minutes, I would suggest you give 30 minutes of preparation time. You read the question, पहले ही पढ़ लो कि मैंने ये क्वेश्चन आज लिखना है, ठीक है, ये क्वेश्चन XYZ क्वेश्चन लिखना है. Then you revise your content or whatever you have about that topic, and then you write in 4 minutes. So it is double benefit. You will be able to revise also whatever things you have about that, and in 4 minutes you will be able to produce it also and quickly send it. वो अगर काम ज्यादा लंबा खींच जाता है ना तो मोटिवेशन खत्म हो जाता है. दैट इज माय पॉइंट. लंबा नहीं खींचना, जल्दी लिखो, तुम्हारा रिस्पॉन्स आएगा जहां से भी चेक कराया है, एंड एक एक इंप्रूवमेंट करते रहो हर क्वेश्चन में ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ अ मंथ ओनली, राइट? आई वुड से 15 डेज ओनली. तुम ये करो डेली, 15 दिन में देखो चेंज आएगा. ठीक है?
Of course, sir.
तुम ही रिपोर्ट करना. यू ओनली रिपोर्ट इन दिस मेंटरशिप सेशन ओनली after 15 days. Okay?
ठीक है sir.
Anything else?
Not from my side.
Okay, okay. Anyone else, guys? We are almost out of time. Anything that can be discussed in 5 minutes? Let me just see some messages. Think. How to cover static part, especially for prelims. Lakshmi, you need to start with your NCRTs. I don't know what your preparation level as of now is, but I remember you took a personal one-to-one elimination session, and that time also I think you had gone through the basic books. So the first thing you need to do in any given while preparing anything is first go through the NCRTs class 6 to 12th. Do them topic wise. If you pick one topic, for example, Indus Valley Civilization, if you read that topic from a 8th class or 7th class book, you read the same topic across all the years up to class 12th, so that the integration is there. As information becomes more about that topic in higher classes, you will be able to assimilate that information, relate that information. Do not do it year wise. Do not read all books of class 6, then all books of class 7th. That is for kids only. That is not for you. You must do it topic wise, not just subject wise. Topic wise, one topic you pick from class 6, you follow it up all the way up till class 12th. You'll be able to do it fairly quickly, and also you'll be able to understand whatever details are given in subsequent classes. Point number 1. Point number 2, after doing a topic from NCRT, in fact, before you start doing a topic, any topic from your even NCRTs, first in the PYQ channel, just see what kind of questions have been asked from that topic. So you'll be able to understand, okay, these are the variety of questions, facts are asked, analysis are asked, hybrid kind of questions are asked. So when you are reading the topic from the books, you will be having this thing in the back of your mind, okay, this information is important, that information is important. Once a topic is finished, maybe just about Harappa, okay, just about Harappa, that topic is finished, you come to the PYQ channel, you search Harappa, you solve all the questions of Harappa. Okay, so you have to keep doing, like, you train for some time and then you practice what you have learned, and then come back again, train for some time, read for some time, then you practice again what you have learned. So do not go for reading a lot and then all the questions related to that topic in one go. Subtopics, break it into small things. See the question, read the topic, come again, solve the questions. Again, next topic, see the question, read the topic, solve the question. So you go in small increments. Always small steps are manageable, and small victories, they are going to keep motivating you to do the same exercise, take the same stress the next day. Do not go for too big targets. They're going to be demotivating. So the first thing you need to do is get hold of your NCRTs. Any one reference book is allowed for each subject. Just one reference book wherever you need. Do not go for multiple reference books. And in case there are things which even the reference books are not able to clarify, go to Wikipedia, go to YouTube, look at the videos which are not for UPSC. If you go for UPSC videos, they will be too long, 15 minutes, 20 minutes on some topic, and they can get fairly complicated also. Go for videos firstly which are made for class 10th standard students, 8th standard students. Very simple, even animated videos you can see. Once you get a hold of the big idea that that concept is pertaining to, then one step at a time you can increase the complexity, and you can afterwards you can see the UPSC related videos also. Limit the use of internet. Do not see internet for everything. Only the things which you do not understand you watch. Then in your free time, I would encourage you all to watch YouTube. There are series like Planet Earth on YouTube, Pradhan Mantri on YouTube, Samvidhan on YouTube, Bharat Ek Khoj also on YouTube. These are all series, multiple episodes are there, and they are like the web series that you guys watch Netflix and Amazon Prime or those type ka hai. But the advantage is you will be getting an idea, a pictorial representation of everything, what was happening in Harshvardhan era, what was happening in Ashokan era. The architecture will be shown, the challenges will be shown, the decisions will be shown. So then when you read those things, Mamlapuram, that stone sculptures are there, so you will see it in the channel in that video, and then when you read it in the books, it will be a more direct, a more heart to heart kind of connection with what is the text written in your books. So you need to keep it as real as possible. Do not make it mechanical. You should enjoy your preparation. Preparation comes from the heart. It does not always come from the mind. Mechanical kam hona hai, dil se preparation karna hai, you will be much more effective in that. You should make sure that you're enjoying the preparation. Only then you will be able to bear the stress of the next 1 year. So that will be all from my side today, guys. Yeah, Lakshmi, thank you. These mentorship sessions are held every Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m. and whoever wishes to report progress or any challenge you are facing, the next session, you are most welcome. Thank you for joining me today. See you next time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you. If
Thank
there
you,
is,
sir.
thank you, Tanmoji. If there is any suggestion, anything you feel can improve these sessions, you can tell me here. You can let me know through message also. Thank you guys for joining. See you.